Hi, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to Best Practices at Managing Turnover within your organization. Hi, everybody. My name is Kathy Lewandowski. I'm the Customer Success Manager with RoboHead. As the Customer Success Manager, I talk to a lot of you regarding questions when turnover occurs. In fact, I wish I heard from more of you when people come and go, and I encourage you to reach out to our support team or myself directly when you know changes are going to occur, or someone vital to your internal RoboHead team has left or will be leaving. So as we all know, turnover is a matter of when, not if. So today I'd like to give you some best practices to implement for your team. Ideas you can apply to your own playbooks when it comes to RoboHead and team members transitioning to and from your RoboHead account. So we're going to discuss managing users. So that can include archiving. You can also delete. It's not something we typically recommend, so I want to just talk through when to delete. We're also going to look at the types of turnover, so individuals in specific user roles within RoboHead. That's kind of the guidance I'll give you on what to do when specific user roles are leaving. And then you've got adding new teams. So all of our organizations can grow and have changes. And of course, implementing new teams into your RoboHead account, I have some strategies and some things that you can certainly ask about transitions into RoboHead. So let's first begin with going to, here we go, our demo account, and we're going to look at the users tab. That's where we want to start. So it is important to maintain your user list. Depending on the size of your account, an admin should be checking annually and then maybe even just monthly as well. So if you haven't already adopted the practice, here's the quickest way to start. So one of the things that I would like for you to do is come into your user list, and then I'd like you to just look to find that last login column. So if you have it, wonderful. If you don't, just click into the gear icon up at the top, and then go ahead and select that last login option and click apply, so that that is added to your columns here. And then you can go ahead and you can sort on last login. So when I click that, you'll see I've got a few people that actually haven't logged in. So this is a great example. If you see this, number one, verify that they truly haven't, they're not supposed to be in the system, or it's been a long time and they really haven't logged in. They're not just a new user. And then you can go over here to the far left and you'll see these check boxes. So if you check more than one box, you can take action on more than one user. And you're simply going to look in this actions menu. And you'll see if you go all the way to the bottom, this is where we've got the delete user option. I'm going to go ahead and delete these users. Because they haven't logged in, they have not taken any action within RoboHead, so we aren't tracking anything to them or activities that they did. This is a good example of when it's all right to actually delete users. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The next option, or what you'll see does come up, and especially if you haven't been in maintaining your user list, you are going to see, in this case, we've got somebody from 2021, our photographer, or 2022, we've got some users that also have not logged in. So one of the things that you can do here also is archive these users. And this is typically what we would consider to be a best practice. You can take action on multiple users at once for archiving. You also, to take action individually, you can come into that little action menu and you can go down and you can archive the user from here. So the advantage to archiving is really they cannot log in anymore. They also they won't be receiving notifications through RoboHead at that point. And then you also have the advantage, you can unarchive them later. So if at some point, for example, you have freelancers or you have contract users, just remember, you can go in when they need to work for you, make them an active user by unarchiving them, or you can basically inactivate them by archiving them. So there's a little flexibility when you archive users. And no matter what, the data that you're trying to pull on those users for actions they've taken, now you know who completed a task. If there's no name next to it, it just means that they've been deleted. That's how I look at it. So the other thing is, if some of you are on this call and you know that you've deleted some users and you think it would be more appropriate to archive those users, go ahead and click into the recycle bin. I'm in the users tab here, and I can go ahead and I can select all of these and I can simply undelete them. They are now going to go back to the active user list. And from that list, I can go in and I have then the ability to archive them right from there. So we're going to go back to the users list. And now what I want to kind of talk through are what you can do for individuals that leave. So we're not looking to archive, users just based on last login and maintaining the list. Now we've got somebody who's transitioning off of our team. So project members, if they do happen to be a project member, and just remember in RoboHead, project members are typically those users that are assigned tasks in project or assigned reviews. So in that case, what you may want to do, and you can do this from the user list, is you'll see the option to reassign all tasks and reassign all reviews. So any task that they have assigned to them, if you want to make sure that process or those projects just stay on track, you can come in here and you can decide perhaps it's another designer or somebody else with the same task role. But then maybe you decide to give those tasks to the project manager, and then as the project manager looks at it, if they want to reassign to somebody else, they can. So that's kind of what you're doing here, but all of the tasks will go to the one person that you select at this point. Same with those reviews. Any review that they've been associated or assigned to, that's also going to work with the reviews. So let's say the person that is looking to move on is actually a project manager. Again, go through and I would definitely look at tasks or reviews that they're associated with. You can also look at user groups if they're part of that. Any of those user groups, you may want to remove them, but somebody new coming in that you're adding, you can add them to specific user groups as well. So it's kind of time to just consider that. Something else I just wanted to mention, and you would do this with your project managers. I don't know that project members typically have reports, but project managers will build some. So you can ask them ideally before they leave if this is the case. And you can see too, do they have reports scheduled? And if they do, whoever is going to be the owner of that data going forward, they can just share that setup with somebody. And this will go ahead and send those users an email. And then from there, they have the ability to get those shared reports by clicking into this. If I had one here, I would just check the box. Or I'm sorry, not even check the box. Look at the little down arrow and just copy those reports to my saved reports, and you would see it there. And they can make any adjustments that they might need to make. So that's how it works with the reporting. So last but not least, I just want to talk you through if you have an account admin that's leaving. So let me go back over here for a moment. So before we talk about your admins leaving, let me just review kind of quickly. So anytime you have project members leaving and project managers leaving, you're going to, account admins, you need to maintain the user list. Let me go all the way back to the beginning. I just wanted to show you that I've got this list for you that you can always refer back to. So you can just go to that users tab, sort by that last login date, and then archive or delete, whichever is most appropriate. When you have a project member leaving, again, a project member, then you're going to reassign tasks, reassign reviews from the users tab. For a project manager, again, you'll do those same review of tasks and reviews if you want to reassign those, but also reports. So just go and see if they do have any automated or scheduled reports that you want to share. Now, when an admin comes or is transitioning off the team, this is something that I would recommend, and hopefully you have one, but if not, I would create a folder in the RoboHead library that's going to contain some basic information. And let's go back into the demo account so that I can share that with you a little bit more. So in the library, you could have a folder that's titled RoboHead, and you can have subfolders underneath. So you may have all of the basic implementation information. So when RoboHead was created or your account was originally set up, there was basic information or how did they create the forms? Why did they, include the fields that they included? Any of that documentation would be something I would put into a folder. Same with permissions, especially maybe project manager permissions. That project managers, you may have two different tiers of project managers. So who is falling into those different tiers? What are the extended permissions associated with those? Your RoboHead contract, I'm going to skip over that integration one, but the RoboHead contract, we get asked for this a lot. Please feel free to reach out to support if you do want a copy of the contract and just see the terms. Happy to share that with you. Including with the contract, you could also have any COs, any POs, that information, just so that in transition, it's one place everybody can go to so that the transition happens smoothly. Again, training recordings. So if you have any kind of trainings with RoboHead, we always record them. We'll always put them into the library in a folder. And that way you can certainly share those different trainings as you're onboarding new people as well. And then last but not least, I just threw this in here. We do custom integrations. You'll see that often. If you have a custom integration with us, it's nice to have that folder that just shows what tools you're integrating with and why you're integrating with those. So this is kind of a good way to just organize some basic information. Remember, with folders, you can always set up permission. So only the people, only the admins have to or could have permission to this folder. So keep that in mind as you are kind of creating this historical folder of documents for your team. So when you are adding new teams, and this does happen often for us, remember that, again, you've got that library folder with some basic information, but reach out to RoboHead because we can also help you with some reports that we can get a hold of, whether it's form fields or the options that are in those form fields. We can also help assist. We have a report that just shows how many times templates have been used since the creation of your account. So some of those items we can help with. We can also kind of give you some ideas or things to consider when you are looking at how to combine or add another team into your existing RoboHead account. So I just, again, want to reiterate and make sure that you all know that you can reach out to us and ask us for, assistance in transitions. If it's a new admin that's coming in, please reach out. We'd like to make sure that they understand your RoboHead account. We'd also like to make sure that if you have new teams that want to incorporate into RoboHead, we can assist with that. So again, reach out to us at any point. We would love to help you with those transitions as well. So thank you so much and have a great day.